Hey guys, and holy hell, how's it going? So, here in the car, waiting on Crazy H to get out of school, so I thought I would take the time and do my 2 cent review of the last night's episode, the season finale of The Walking Dead, season 9, episode, 16 was it? Winter came, yes. I kind of think maybe they're segueing into Game of Thrones. One too bad episode. Not too much happened. Nothing too crazy. We seen the snow arrive and them leaving the kingdom because they couldn't no longer sustain it. I guess because of food and everything all was breaking down. You remember them fixing the pipes and all that all the time. So they left the kingdom and made a trek trying to, you know, I think they were going to the hilltop. And along the way, the snowstorm hit. So yeah, it was a challenging thing, and they ended up having to go through Alpha's territory, which was interesting. Some cool shots of the walkers coming out of the snow there. Thought that was really neat. Uh, but everybody made it okay. We seen the stuff with Lydia. Everybody treating her basically like a dog because of the deaths that happened, and blaming her. And I've seen some things where she was, contemplating taking her own life. At one point, she was going to let a walker that was stuck in a snow biter and all this. And then there was a cool scene with her and Carol in the cabin. If you guys saw it, you know what I'm talking about. In this you know, cabin in the woods, and she told Carol to just kill her and everything. And then Carol, being the awesome human that she is, she you know said no, she wasn't going to do that. Told her to come on, and she's not useless, and something to that effect. But kind of interesting thing. I think it goes along a lot of times when there's any kind of death, especially if it's an accident or something. Uh, Everybody always wanting to put blame on something. I guess to make themselves feel better. I don't know. But that was kind of interesting too. So, and then the other uh, arc that was going on last night was the people in Alexandria trying to stay warm and move from cabin to cabin, and they had to take Negan, and the stuff with Negan was great. Him making fun of the whole, all of them being in love with her, and I forget how easy, but he's just eating that kind of stuff up with all them. What did I know? It's not a love triangle because Eugene's involved too, but Rosita and Father Gabriel and the doc. So he at one point said asked Father Gabriel if he got nervous when she got examined by the doc for a pregnancy. It was funny stuff, but the cool thing about that whole thing is they had to go from one place to another, and then they were all like holding on the rope because they couldn't see because of the blizzard and everything. And then Judith was taking care of Daryl's dog because they didn't want him. They didn't want the dog on the journey and all that. Uh, so they didn't know where dog was. So she heard him barking and went chasing after him in the blizzard. And Negan just right away went after her and all that. I mean, it shows that he really does care about her, and we're bringing out the humanity in him. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out with him in the future next year. See if they'll ever accept him back. I honestly think I know what he did was horrible, especially to Glenn and Abraham. But everybody has to remember they the people, the survivors we follow, initially made the first blow against him and his people when they went to that one station and killed everybody. So I mean, you know, no, his ways weren't right and everything. The whole, everybody bowing to him and taking part of everybody's stuff and that. But at the same token, they brought all that on themselves. So I think that would be a good argument for him to bring up. If they're wanting to try to, bring him into the community and get trust and everything. Really, really interesting there, in that kind of situation, I'm sure some of us, maybe not to that extent, can relate to that in our lives. Somebody does something to you or whatever, and, then you get in a situation where you're around them and you're leery about trusting them because of something that happens. So, but yeah, it was interesting. It was really cool. And, he was the only one that went after her too. That's what was crazy, but he got her back, and they all got safe and sound. So that whole situation was interesting. Anytime they got stuff with Jeffrey Dean Morgan is just awesome, in my opinion. And then, of course, the loss of Henry, I think, had taken its toll on Carol and the King. So I think they're kind of splitting off or separating for a while, and she's went to Alexandria with Daryl and some of the others. And that does weigh hard on any relationship, I think, if something happens to someone, a child especially, and parents just break up over it all the time because it just gets them the blame game and the stress of it, and just that mourning loss is something I hope I never ever have to experience. I'm sure anybody with a kid, if you really, really love a kid, which everyone should, you're going to be, not wanting to ever have to deal with that situation. So that was all, really true to life, I think, So, it kind of closed out with them all getting to Alexandria and having a little snowball fight. And, Judith was reunited with Michonne, and so, and Carol and Daryl there. I'd heard them talking that Carol and Negan have never met, so that'll be interesting next year to see them meet. But I don't know what my predictions for next year will be. I look for them to start trusting Negan some more. I'd look for definitely something to play out between Carol and Alpha before it's all over with. That whole scene with her getting Alpha, it was only a very short scene where she held her arm out and was getting her arm cracked with a whip or something by Beta. That was all weird. I don't know what that. I guess it helps her relieve guilt. I think there's some kind of technical word for that people do. They'll hurt themselves to relieve themselves of guilt. So if you know what that is, put in the comments. But anyway, that's all in all, I'd give last night like a 3 out of 5 stars or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a decent episode, but it wasn't like near as exciting as the past week. It's probably one of the least exciting of this season, and this was a great season. So, but anyway, I'll probably do this again next year when they come back up, because it doesn't take long to do it. I do it one shot and don't have to edit a bunch of stuff. Just me talking. I'm probably going to do Game of Thrones last season. Just give my thoughts on what happened. Basically what I do is just and hopefully by now anybody that does see these knows that it's all spoilers, and so don't watch it if you haven't watched it, obviously. But I'm probably going to do Game of Thrones because it's their last season, and I'm a huge fan of it as well. It's going to be a great ride with it. Also probably do a review of Endgame when I'm done seeing it. So just add some more content to the channel and talk about the things we all love. Give me your thoughts on last night's episode of Walking Dead. What did you think of it? What did you think of this season? Thank you guys all for watching and subscribing to our channel. If you haven't already, please do. And again, please give the video a like and help give us some support. Really enjoy talking about this stuff with you guys. So, and thank you to the people that do comment. I really, really, really appreciate the comments. Very nice. So, without further ado, I'm going to get out of here. Crazy H will be coming. He has a big night ahead with dress rehearsal for Into the Woods. So, he's going to have a couple hours to himself, so I got to get him something to eat and, hopefully give him a little relaxation before he has to go do some acting. So anyway, just a reminder, as always, do one nice act of kindness this week and try to make a difference in someone else's life. That is what it is all about, folks. It's how we treat one another, being kind and good to each other. That is what this world's about. And so try to do that, try to be aware of that. Even the smallest thing can make a difference in somebody's day. So anyway, for Tank's 2 cents, Immortal Ring Wars, Brett the Tank Downey here. Saying peace. I love you guys. Have a great, great week. And we'll see some more content this week. Hopefully some more action figures. Keep rocking. Love you.